Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 and our European Journeyman series with Napoli. They are our fourth club of this series. We left Monaco halfway through the season in the last episode after actually playing 3 games in the last episode. Finally Napoli offered us a job and we are jumping straight in at the deep end with a game away from home against Juventus. Now nothing has happened in this so far. I took a bit of time just looking through the squad, getting everything up to scratch, but I was hired on the 15th of January. We are playing Napoli on the 15th of January. Playing Juventus on the 15th of January. It's going to take me a while just to get used to being at Napoli. Now, that means I am going to have to rely on our Newcastle tactics, which fortunately, the Newcastle home tactic, the club are very familiar with. I think it's a system they've been using up to now, so it's not too different. The player roles are different, which is why the familiarity is down a little bit. You can see the formation, closing down, tempo, all perfect. It's a creative freedom that they're not familiar with. The marking and passing style will also take a bit of time to get up to standard, but hopefully the team will hit the ground running. And away from home against Juventus, we're going to have a big game in our hands. Currently sitting 19 points behind Juventus halfway through the season. This will be the halfway mark in games. Our goal is to try and finish in the top 5 if we can, and we've got 7 points to make up on Roma in order to do that, so it's going to be quite difficult. Now for this match we're going to be playing with Morgenstern up front, Florenzi and Bernard on the wings, with Rog, Sensi and Seligas in midfield. Alex Telles at left back, Musacchio and Bastos at centre back, Svensson at right back and Martelli in goal. Well, Juventus on the attack inside the first minute. They are at home. It's going to be very tough for us. Lopez puts the ball in and it's just kept out by Martelli, but an early warning shot from Juve. They've got the corner. Bragantia puts it in, but it is claimed by Martelli. Corner taken by Florenzi, sent to the back stick, but Stamenkovic comes out to claim it. That was our first real opportunity, and it was easily claimed by the keeper, who sends the ball down the line. They still got Dybala, Versailles at right back. Here's Lemina looking to bring the ball forward, puts it in, Bastos away, Lopez back in, cleared away again. Here's Quadrini, looks for Lopez, 2 in the middle to aim at, but Musacchio gets it away. Now Florenzi launching the counter-attack for us, tackled by Quandini. Sandro over the top, Dybala's got in behind, he gets past the keeper, and we are 1-0 down inside 7 minutes. Corner taken by Bragantia, in towards the back post, Luan to Rugani, and Rugani has made it 2-0, and we are in all kinds of trouble just 15 minutes in. Alexandro with the throw-in. Back to him, he puts it in again, Svensson away. Now Rog can try and hopefully get the ball away. Bernard on the counter-attack. He's got players with him, but Rugani with the tackle. Now Luan played in behind, and he's just put that wide. Musacchio's free kick onto Alex Telles. He's looking to come down the left, but Lemina tackles him far too easily. None of these players are looking good enough for us at the moment. Stamenkovic sends it forward. Won by Rog. Now Morgenstern to Bernard. Holds onto the ball, finds Morgenstern again. Still on the attack. He's gone for goal, and that's the best we've offered all day. Nearly half-time, Bastos on the ball, plays it out wide to Svensson. If we could get a goal now, it would certainly set us up well for the second half. Svensson gives the ball away instead. Now Lopez can counter-attack. A few seconds left, he finds Luan, 3-0 right before half-time. And we've got a lot of work on our hands to try and close the gap on Juve and win a Serie A title. Bernard on the ball, now Rog. Ball given away again, but Rog wins it back. Looks for Morgenstern. He's on the ball in a good area, but he's lost possession as well. Now Luan. Looking for Dybala in the middle, I'm sure. Seglias gets across. Telles to Musacchio. Over the top for Morgenstern. Now Sensi to Rog. Still coming forward, gives it away to Bragantia. Now Dybala looking for Luan, in on goal. Luan can pull it back to Dybala, who heads it in for 4-0. Corner to be taken by Florenzi, looking for Rog, but Stamenkovic comes out to claim it. Juventus really tearing us apart at the moment. Ball sent forward, Dybala to Quadrini. Now Lopez looking for Dybala again. He's in behind. Man arriving, he just waits for him to come. Instead it's come to Lopez. Ball into Luan. And the keeper didn't even move there. Luan with a free header in for 5-0. This could get seriously embarrassing. Bragancia's free kick cleared away by Bastos. Florenzi should get there first. Plenty of players up the field for him. Pugliese's one of them. Now Rog. Given away to Pjanic. He manages to keep the ball. Florenzi to Rog. Into Pugliese again. Ball slipped through to Pia. And we've managed to get one back. Pia with the goal. His 4th of the season. Back from injury. Makes it 5-1. It's a nice consolation. We do get a goal in my first game in charge. But it's been absolutely embarrassing. Corner by Florenzi. Towards the back stick. Again, Stamenkovic comes to claim it. Bragancia to Dybala. Luan in the middle as always. Dybala and Luan so dangerous. The ball comes to Bernardeschi. There's goal number 6. Well, just 15 seconds left, thankfully. It's 6-1. The golfing class couldn't be more clear. We've moved from the champions of Europe, the champions of France, the champions of the world, to the laughingstock of Italy. That's what it feels like right now. An absolutely appalling performance from our team in our first match, which means that the gap now 22 points between us and the top. 5th place is the goal. We're now 7 points off that with half the season left to play. Only 6 wins so far this season. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm not worried about relegation, but we really need to improve and climb this table quickly. Well, in the TIM Cup, I'm certainly hoping for a reaction after that really embarrassing defeat to Juventus in our first game. It'd be nice to get our first win of the season against Sassana, who are actually just one position below us. Same goal difference and everything as us in the league. So this will be a more interesting test of where our level is against a pretty much neutral opponent. At home, I would expect us to get the win. The team is pretty fresh. We're still going to play with the same team as the last match, I think. There's no real surprise in here. Gabbiadini is coming in for the right flank position. Florenzi instead dropping to right back. Svensson, Musacchio and Bastos the rest of the back four. Rico a change in goal, getting our first choice keeper back, although he is suffering from an injury, so I'm not sure how well he'll do in goal today. I am working on a couple of very big signings though, which I'm very excited for if we can pull them off. Just a couple of weeks left until the end of the transfer window. I'll let you know as soon as any of those transfers go through. But let's get into this game and hopefully progress into the next round. An hour into this game, there's not been a highlight yet. We are very much in charge of it. It took us a long time to get going, half an hour before we had a shot, but we've really started to turn it on since then. And here's Florenzi with the throw. Back with him again. Now Gabbiadini tackled in the box, the ball cleared away, no penalty given. Bastos picking it up. Needs to be careful in defence. Here's Sensi to Seligas. Now Rog. Out wide to Florenzi. He can whip a ball in from there. He's found Morgenstern, who has found the back of the net. We've got the lead after 70 minutes, and hopefully we can see out the last 20 to get our first win at Napoli. Just 5 minutes left. Here's Campronesi. Sends the ball over the top. Benedetti's going to get to that. He keeps it in as well. Ball put in. And it's gone into the back of the net. Benetti with the strike. We've got 5 minutes to try and find a winner now. After being pegged back. They haven't threatened at all, Sassana, but they've scored a late equaliser. Well, we are going to added time now. That is really not good enough from the team. I'm going to try and be encouraging towards them to try and get them to keep going. Team did seem to react to that reasonably well. We're going to drop back to a control mentality, and hopefully that will see us into the next round. Well, there was no breakthrough after 120 minutes, so we're going to penalties in just our second game at the club. Setola does get Sassana off to the best start. Coming up first for us, we've got Morgenstern, who did get our opening goal, and he gets our opening penalty right into the top corner there. Next person to step up for Sassana, we've got Rosini. Very few shots for Sassana today, and that is saved, pushed onto the post. Rico managing to make up for the effort he really should have saved in the game. Now Rog has the chance, and he does find the bottom corner for 2-1. We really dominated this game. We really should have got the win as well, but we weren't able to kill it off. Here's Davison, and he has found the bottom corner. I thought our keeper might be able to stop that one. He certainly got across the goal, but couldn't keep it out. Now Florenzi, he should be very good at penalties, and he has drilled that that one into the bottom corner for 3-2. If they miss their next one, it could be pretty much all she wrote. Clemenza stepping up to take it and finding the bottom corner, sending our keeper the wrong way. Gabbiadini stepping up, and it's saved. We're all level after 4 penalties. 3-3. Now Liverani steps up, and he does find the top corner, and if we miss this, we will go out in the first round. Selegas stepping up, and Selegas does get lucky there. The keeper really should have kept that out. Here's Camporese. He has found the top corner as well. Sassana really turning it on from the penalty spot. Next up for us, it is Sensi taking a must-score penalty, and he does get the bottom corner. Penalties go on for so long in this game. I can't remember ever having a penalty shootout in FM that finished after 5 penalties. Here's Manfrin, and it is saved. We've got the chance to win it again here. What can we do? It's Pia standing up, Pia rather, and it's saved again. We cannot kill this game. We've had so many opportunities. Here's Trainotti. He finds the top corner. They've done that a lot, Sassana. Next for us, who've we got? It's Bastos, the centre-back, stepping up, and Bastos does score again. Now 8 penalties each been taken. We've had to sit through 16 penalties in total. Next up, Benedetti, and it's gone in. Rico really should have kept that out. That's not good enough. It's the same that we did to them, and I got a feeling we're going to miss this one now. Koundé came on as a sub in extra time, and he's found the bottom corner, so we've not missed it. Now they are down to 10 men, which means I think their goalkeeper's taken the next one. Let's have a look. There we go. Romagnoli stepping up from the spot, and it's saved. It's pushed onto the line by our keeper. Mas will take the final one for us, and Mas has had his saved as well. So they're back with Setola, their main one, who's found the bottom corner, and now our keeper has to take the penalty to keep us in this. After 11 penalties each, Rico to try and save our place in this cup, and he scored it as well. 11 penalties each. This is never ending. Rosini, he's saved it. Can we finally kill this game? It's our number 1 penalty taker, Morgenstern. We've come all the way full circle, and he has scored it. After 24 penalties, we finally kill Sassana. What a start to our time at Napoli this has been. We've managed to get the result that puts us into the next round. The team not reacting to that at all, but we have made it into the next round. We actually won this competition in 2021. I've not really looked at our competitions. We got Vitesse in the Europa League as well. The league is what I'm really bothered about, but we are into the quarterfinal. We'll take on Roma in that, so hopefully we'll be able to get a victory in that match against Roma. Vitesse in the Europa League will be very interesting, but it means that we have finally, at least on paper, managed to get a win under our belt. The next 2 games against Novara, who are 16th, so we should be beating them, and then Lazio, who are 7th, which will be a must-win game for us. So plenty to look forward to in the next couple of games. Well, hopefully the team is absolutely knackered for this away match against Novara, so I'm not expecting an awful lot. The team is very, very small, and we've got a lot of players off on international duty, which I do not understand. I'm not even sure where they are. There must be at the African Cup of Nations then. A lot of players away, which is really annoying. Hopefully when they come back we'll be able to rotate the team a bit, but it's a sign of why we need transfers. There's no changes to this team whatsoever. None of the other players on the bench are good enough to really fit into the squad. So hopefully this team will just be able to see out the game against Navarro, and we can get a few goals early on, shut up shop, and then get the 3 points that we desperately need. Corner taken by Florenzi, cleared away, Gabbiadini following up. Florenzi back to Gabbiadini. He's a good position to strike that, and he's found the back of the net as well. We've got the lead away from home, 1-0. Free kick for Navarro in towards Butic, who's managed to nod that one past the keeper. It's now 1-1. All sent forward, header won, but then given to Navarro. Here's Tripadelli cutting in from the left flank. I'm a little bit concerned about our team's fitness at the moment. Butic played in on goal, well saved by the keeper. But our team are going to start to get cut open more and more. We've already picked up 2 injuries in this game now. Gabbiadini having to go off as well. So we've got an awful lot to do to try and stay in this game. Here's Avamu to Bozzetto. Aramu. Now Farago to Bozzetto again. Butic. Ball back to Bozzetto. Here's Bamba in on goal, and he's found the gap at the near post. Rico not even trying to stop that one, and we're 2-1 down. Tripadelli into Aramu. Tripadelli again. Now Bolzoni to Farago. Aramu back to Bulic, and it's just too easy. Well, we've tried to get back in this game, but at 3-1 down, and as knackered as we were, that was never realistically going to happen. This squad is far too small. The African Cup of Nations having far too big an effect, and we're really going to struggle unless we can get signings in soon. I'm trying to get them done, but it's no fault of mine. It's that the players just aren't joining. I've tried to sign them pretty much on the first day, and I've said the wrong thing in the team talk. Things are going from bad to worse. Napoli could not be more of a world apart than Monaco. This is absolutely unacceptable. Now down to 11th place, our second league defeat in a row. We do at least have a bit of a gap now before we play again. That will allow the team to refresh a bit, but we need to get these transfers sorted as soon as possible. Well, following that match, we do have our first transfer ready to go. It's Alex Murray, the 25-year-old goalkeeper from Benfica. He is going to join us for, I think, £36.5 million. Another former player of ours. We love returning to raid our former clubs, and we have raided Benfica for Murray. He is going to be absolutely incredible. He's also an Italian, which will really help the team, but it means that we will hopefully be able to shut up shop a bit better than we have been up to now, and I think he really can make a big difference for us in goal. Having been at Benfica all this time, he was so good for us at Benfica, and I really think he could hit the next level in his development at Napoli, back in the Italian league, and his next game will be against Lazio, or his first game will be against Lazio at home. Well, we've now signed our second player of the transfer window. In comes Anthony Pires for £25 million. You may remember him from our time at Monaco. We've signed him from Stade Rennais, 25 million quid on the player, but he looks like a very, very good signing. He's got a lot of room to grow as well. I tried to sign him at Monaco a few times, but they wanted about 70 million quid for him. And you can see that the valuation well above the £25 million that we paid, and I think he could do a brilliant job for us. He's had some excellent ratings in the past, and I think he can do it again. He's got all the stats we need. He will step up for Bernard and do a job on that left flank, hopefully like Hazard did for us when he joined us last season at Monaco. Hopefully Pires can have the same effect for us in this league, and it means that if we have a look at the board screen, we've still got a bit of transfer money, not much wage budget left, but there's enough money in there to maybe do another transfer or two if we stretch it. We might be relying on loans though to get us through the next 6 months at the club without losing our job. Well, there are a few changes to the team for this match thanks to the new signings coming in. Obviously, Alex Murray starting in goal for this one, and Pires down the left flank. Now, we've also brought in Tidjane Faz from Benfica on loan. He was one of our youngsters at the club shortly before I left. He's got a lot of potential, but he's also looking quite good on the right side of midfield already. Not played much for Benfica, but hopefully he will be able to do a job for us as cover, with Gabbiadini not doing so well recently and picking up an injury as well, which will see him out for a couple of days. But hopefully Vaz will be able to do the job for us on the right, Pires on the left. I'm really excited for Pires. I think he could be a great player at the club, and we've got our 2 marquee signings. That was the main thing for me in this year's transfer budget, was making sure we spent the cash wisely on players that will be around for the future. I'm still working on a few very cheap transfers, usually older players that I already know without having to look into too much, so hopefully they will be able to join the club before the end of the transfer window in a few days time. But let's see if we can do any better than we have done in our first 3 games at home against Lazio. A very big match, and hopefully our big players can deliver. Rog on the ball, currently carrying a knock. He's about to get substituted, and the ball's been given away by him. And Mbargagu's got in, but Murray manages to keep that out. I think the ball went off target instead. Lazio still not to have a shot on target, but we've only had one so far. No highlights for us yet. And here's a free kick for Lazio, put into the area, and Murray with a stunning stop. That is what he will bring to the club. Ordinarily, we'd be a goal down there, but Murray has really earned his transfer fee with that save. Ball just played in though. Here's Pierini, but there is an offside flag in there. Murray with the goal kick. He sends it forward to Bastos. Here's Koundé. Mas on the ball to Florenzi. Sensi. Starting to realise now I've not said any of our players' names very much because we've barely threatened since I've been in charge. Morgenstern with his shot, but it does go wide of the goal. Samprisi sends the ball forward for Lazio. Lines to Markovic. He can certainly be dangerous. He's given the ball away though, and now Pires can counter-attack for us. First glimpse of our new signing, and he's given the ball away. Sensi does get there though. Now Morgenstern can maybe play in Vaz. Instead he went for goal, and he wasn't far away. Vaz on the ball, loses it to Muru. Now it's Pierini. Ball sent in through the middle, and there's a foul in there from Koundé. This could be a red card. There is the red card. We're down to 10 men with 30 odd minutes still to play, and they've got a free kick in a brilliant position. Now, can Seligas play in central defence? He can, so there's no need to make a sub, but let's see what happens from this free kick for Lazio. It's perfectly placed. Denswil over it, but straight into the wall. Markovic into the wall as well, and the ball should be cleared. Svensson with the throw, finds Sensi. Now Florenzi finds Pires on his debut, turns the defender, still going Pires. He puts it across, and Vaz is there. Pires doing all the work, Vaz in the right place at the right time, and the two debutants doing the job for our 10 men to give us the lead. Murray sends the ball forward. We're going to need him to try and keep a clean sheet on his debut now. Florenzi on the ball, gives it away. And it's Mbargagu to Pierini. Bastos with a big tackle. Now Morgenstern can counter-attack. He should have Pires with him, but he didn't release the ball. Mbargagu again on the attack. Skips one tackle. Got a clear run of grass there. Maz with a big tackle. But here is Birage. Svensson's gone in two-footed. We're going down to 9 men. We're 1-0 up and down to 9 men against Lazio. This has been the most insane start to any club I've been at. We're now down to 9 men. What do I do with 9 men? Maz is going to have to go in the middle. I don't even know if I've got a defender I can bring on. I think he might have to just play in the middle. Who else can play in defence in the team? No substitutes, so defensive now. They're all attacking players. I think Sensi maybe could play there. Nope, Sensi can't play there. Florenzi's pretty versatile. He can't play there either, though. Let's drop these guys back into midfield. We're going to have to go to contain, surely, at this point. I do not know what to do. Maybe these guys will have to... I do not know. We're going to have to just play on this, I think. 20 minutes left. Let's see what they can do with this formation. I do not know what else I can do. Pires with a header. Here's Sensi to Florenzi. Morgenstern going to have to go on a brilliant individual run here. He's still going, Morgenstern, and he puts it high and wide. That would have been sensational if he got a goal there. Just 12 minutes left to see out with our 1-0 lead and 9 men. Florenzi on the ball. Still going, Florenzi. He's gone for goal, and it is forcing shots. We are still in control of this game despite only having 9 men. Morgenstern on the ball, does lose possession. Muru forward, here's Trotter to Gagliardini. Muru over the top. Biaragi's got in, he's got players queuing up in the middle, and it's gone over. How has he not scored that? Well, it's just 5 minutes left. This would be a sensational victory if we managed to hang on with 9 men. I can't believe that would actually happen. 2 minutes left in this game for us to see out. We make another change just to run down the clock at this point. 3 minutes of added time is too much. Into the last minute though, there's 9 seconds left. This is, without doubt, the most sensational first episode I've ever had at any club. We've won. We've got our first victory at Napoli. It took 4 games, but somehow, with 9 men, we've managed to beat Lazio. I do not understand how that has happened. We closed the gap on them down to 2 points. That could be the turning point for us. Murray sensational in goal, keeping the clean sheet. Our two debutants on the wings combining to give us a lead. Pires looking absolutely brilliant as well. And that is incredible that we've managed to get the victory over Lazio. We were down to 10 men when we scored, and then we went down to 9 and managed to keep the clean sheet. How has that happened? That is absolutely incredible. I cannot believe it whatsoever. They're both going to get fined 2 weeks' wages, I think, because straight red cards need to be ruled out immediately. There's a reason I don't get many of them. That is incredible. What a start to life at Napoli. A 6-1 defeat to Juve. A 24 penalty shootout against Cesana. Defeat to 16th place Novara. And then beating Lazio 1-0 with 9 men. Next time, we'll be taking on Roma and Inter Milan with Udinese and the Europa League to come as well. A lot going on at Napoli. Still some more transfers that could happen. I'm exhausted after that episode, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you're hoping for more of the same at Napoli. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. But until next time, see ya!